With me in our humble studio here is my friend Said.
Muhammad Zahid, good
Yes,
afternoon.
Muhammad Said. He's somebody who studied law too. We met together sometime in the university when we were doing law degree here in UK. And he's a good friend. He is a Muslim, I'm a Christian. And not only him, some of us, when we met in the campus, we were related like brothers, irrespective of religion, what they worship or what they don't worship. And so today he is here. We're going to discuss on how to really share this space God created for us. Some call him Allah. We call him God. And some people have other names they give to him, but I know he's almighty. He created heaven and earth. Everybody agrees with that he created heaven and earth. And so today we're going to be talking about inclusion, that is both religiously, as friends, neighbors, how do we coexist or inclusively live together in mutual respect and love, and also promote each other's progress while we are here. You know, we have this opportunity that God Almighty gave to us to be able to come together in a city, in a country, to stay together. So we have to find a common ground. What do you think, my brother?
Thank you, Moses, giving me an opportunity to speak about religion and its inclusion, that how can we live in this small world in harmony. I strongly believe, being Muslim, religion is the best source, or I would say it is the one source that can create peace, harmony and respect to each other. For example, you see the teaching of Jesus, we call it Isa. Oh my God, can you find in this word by any philosopher, by anyone? No. Look at the teaching of Moses, we call it Musa. Oh my, these are beyond this word. No teacher can teach you. No known person knows these things, and we are getting these things for free. As I am Muslim, the teaching of Muhammad, oh my God, they are very, very great things. And if we follow these things, whether you are Christian, whether you are Jew, whether you are Muslim, and if you follow their path, because these are the teaching, these are the steps taught them by God, Allah. So they are the teaching and the words of Almighty. And trust me, religion is the one thing. Whatever your religion is, even my dear friend Moses was saying, we don't want to be disrespect to those who don't even believe in God, because we still respect them. Why? Because our religion has told us we have to respect every human being. We have been created equal, and I think religion, whatever the religion, whether it's Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, or any other religion, if you are true in your faith, trust me, you can develop a peace and harmonious environment around you. There is no other way. I see less the religion is, less peace of mind and less a good society.
Thank you very much. Okay, one of the areas we have to start from is the area of recognizing our differences. Recognizing our differences. Surely we have differences. If you talk about religious differences, in the street we meet ordinary people who don't go to any place to worship, but they have their own principles. That calls for differences. I don't want to do this. This is how I want my life to be. So you can see that whether you're a religious person or not, everyone has to be careful on when we relate, not to go no-go areas of the person's life, as long as it's within the scope of law. I don't mean somebody creating his own law outside law. I mean normal way of living. For example, somebody come to your house and say, look, I don't want to drink water, I want to drink soft, or want to do this or that. I don't eat this, I am a vegetarian. I don't do this, I do this. In as much as it's under the scope of the law, we can always give that person that respect. So first of all, we have to recognize our differences. Now we're going to start with religious people. Religious people of every denomination have got area you touch them in their religion, they take quickly offense. That's what is called blasphemy. And some countries of the world have legislated blasphemy, and they include their religion in their law, that you must not offend my religion or call the God I worship or whoever I worship any name that is not acceptable. And so blasphemy is punishable in some countries, punishable by death in Iran, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Brunei, and Mauritania, and Saudi Arabia. Now, what happens is that when I meet people like this, whether I travel to Saudi Arabia or in London or anywhere in America, I always know that I have to respect this, my friend, like he's a Muslim. I cannot begin to, push him to a place that he will react in a way that, look, you are belittling me, you are abusing my religion. Even if I don't believe it, he will not force me to believe it. But respecting him for who he is does not make me to take part in that religion. It does make me to help me to coexist with him, to include him in my life as a human being, so we can share the same space in the city, in the school, in the market. Are you getting what I'm saying? Among non-Muslim majority countries, the harshest blasphemy laws are in Italy. That's Rome, Italy, or Italy, some people call it, where the maximum penalty is 2 years in prison. So if you go to Italy, you don't do things to blaspheme the God they worship there, their Christian God or whatever. So this is very, very important. Now, I want to use this to base our discussion, but there are principles. People have got principles that they have adopted as principle that guides their life. Things you must not do to them. Some people, if you have an appointment with them by 2 p.m. and you are there by 2:15 p.m., they will before you that you are late, they will leave you. They go to next appointment. They have that principle that you must be there. You don't say that. You don't say they are not generous. They are not. They don't have love. It's just their principle. You respect them for some reasons. Now here in UK we live. Let me say that before we continue. In UK, blasphemy laws were abolished in England and Wales in 2008. So this law used to exist here earlier, but it was abolished. In Ireland was the first country. Ireland was the first country in the world to hold referendum on ending blasphemy law, which resulted in a constitutional amendment in 2018 and repealing the offense of blasphemy with effect in 2020. The process from 20 to they introduced that 2018 to 2020. They abolished that law in Ireland. Now coming back from where we started. Now, the most important thing you must do in interfaith relationship or friendship, as we have gathered, how many of us here? We're about 5 of us here, assuming that there's a Hindu person here, there's a Jewish person, a Jew person here who worship Judaism, and a Muslim person and Christian person here. How do we stay together? Let's assume that we work for the same company. Let's open up here, everyone. Work for the same company. and you just come in. What is your religion? Like they interview you during interview, you say I'm Hindu. They ask you somewhere to feel. What's your religion? Say I'm Christian. You feel somewhere. What's your religion? Say I'm a Muslim. And then somebody say I have nothing, but I have my principles. I have or whatever. So how do we make sure there is understanding and we live together and we carry each other together? Yes.
Shall I say something?
Yes.
Very, very, very thoughtful words from Moses. Very thoughtful. And as we are here to create harmony among different religions, among people from different background. I am from Pakistan, and Moses talked a little bit about blasphemy. So I really want to comment on that and respect to all that is true. Blasphemy is punishable by death in my country, and that's what it is. And I request everywhere where the blasphemy is this much, people should sit together and they should see this is 21st century. We should make people aware what is this and think about it how. But I assure you, in my country, it is punishable by death, but in last 10 years, you might not see even 10 deaths for blasphemy. So it's very, very rare, but again,
What is that thing that you think that divide most Muslims and Christians or other people, that makes it like sometimes some people in some religions want to live in their own world alone? Because I've entered a bus before.
I think this is very...
To sit, the bus of 2 seats by one side to sit down. Somebody stood up and walk away and want to stay alone somewhere. So, and sometimes also my own personal experience. I've experienced where I felt hostile. That
it's very good question.
Somebody is like, why is he here? We don't want this kind of people here. I don't mean it happened only in Muslims, it's also Christians. There are some people that are fanatics also that behave that way. Because it's not a Christian. Even when I'm in charge of something in an office, I will not treat her well. Because she's not just coming from my faith. And let's talk about these things. I want to be talking about these things.
I think it's...
I wish my friends can be on camera to contribute.
One word is a reply to this. I think ignorance. No religion teaches you that you should be a fanatic,
or
you should live alone or separately, or you should disrespect.
Wow, that's the point.
I think it's just ignorance. The people who are, I have seen my eyes, the people who are good Christians or Jews or Muslim or Hindu, yeah, they live in harmony. They love to live in harmony. They don't want to live alone. So I think this is ignorance, that people are away from, okay, I am Muslim, I should not be live with Christians or among Christians or Jews. I think this is ignorance. No religion teaches this.
I like that. I don't mind if any of you contribute from here. Never mind, you're not in camera. The microphone will hear you if you wish to do so. Now what is important here that I want us to really it's like a problem to solve in this discussion. Is why should I see a human being like me, because he's not coming to church where I go, or coming to where I worship or believe in what I believe, and then I will deny him or her their right to be respected, to be included, to be helped, to be loved, to be carried along. You don't have to be coming to where I worship to be my friend or to be qualified for me to help you, for me to respect you. But believe it or not, we see that religion brings a lot of division in the society. Some it's not even ordinary decision. Fanatically, if you want to kill for it, if you want to murder for it, if you want to terrify people for it. So this is something that we need to think about. For me, we have to separate humanity, first of all human, the same blood flows in our vein. So because of that reason, whether they are Hindu, Muslim, Judaism, that calls for, first of all, loving them, respecting them, giving them chance, carrying them along, if I can. You understand what I mean?
I agree.
And then before we come to that religious thing, it's a personal decision. This is who I want to worship. This is what I want to believe, based on your convictions. Yeah? And even if I want to preach to you my Christianity, I have to find acceptable words, the right way to appeal to you, to approach you, to share my faith with you, without being aggressive, abusive, or disrespectful. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, because at the end of the day, when you come out of your worship place, I come out of my worship place, we enter the same market. Our children go to the same school. Yeah? Even some religious schools, some schools owned by one religion or the other, are open to accept people from other places. Yeah? I don't really believe that my kids have to go to a particular school where they only meet Christians like them. They have to live in the world to learn how to stay with this person, because of tomorrow. You don't know who is going to be your boss. Maybe your boss will be the person coming from different faith. Somebody who is going to employ you to pay you. Are you getting what I'm saying? So we have to, all of us have to come together to stop the division, to stop the religious madness and those things that divide us, that makes us to look at each other like aliens, look at each other like they are not coming from, they are not human, deny them their rights. Even it can include racism here. Just because of color. Let's talk about it. Just because of color, you just treat somebody like nobody. Come up here.
I really wanted to point out this thing. I think we should, especially in the West, we should think it's not only religion. Fanatics people are not only religious.
Sure.
They are non-religious people as well. Most of them are non-believers even. And they judge, especially they judge like black people, Asian people, just because of their skin color, whether they are good or bad, right or wrong. So and I think in this way, religion can be a very good help, because all religions, they tell you of equality. We all are equal. But in the West, and I really want Moses, please educate me on this. For me, to be honest, I'm being very, very, being a colored person, it's very, very difficult to live in Western society nowadays. Though we are educated, though we are law-abiding, and equally black. I'm not only saying Asian, black. I think they are suffering more. So, Moses, please educate all of us. How can we cope up with this? Because this is a serious problem. Because we are associated with law. We are student of law, Moses. I have seen myself, innocent people are being penalized in police and in courts just because of their skin color. Just because they are not white, and that is why they are in jail. That is why they are accused for nothing. So when I see person like, it's heartbroken, and this is unbelievable, because all person who are associated with law, they can imagine what happens to a life or other lives when an innocent is being penalized. So please educate. For me, I cannot bear this, Moses.
It goes down back to what I said earlier. All of you heard me here, even though that we don't have the engineer to bring to come. Okay, I can see, you guys are free, I can see you on camera. I have said earlier, whether you're talking about racism, or you're talking about religion, or principle that guides a particular human being, an individual, you have to separate what you believe from what makes us humanity. That's where the compassion comes from. For example, I have a daughter I love so much. She's 12 years old. Each time I go outside and I see these little girls carrying their bag going to school like this, I remember my daughter. I say, wow, look at the way they are. That's how I met. You understand what I mean? I will never think about anything bad about that little girl when I think about my girl. Have you seen humanity? As a father, that heart through which I love my daughter is extended to that little girl. Just, you understand what? Sometimes I'm driving, they do I have to brake, relax, let the pass, and I will think about my daughter. You know what I mean? So we have to separate this religious thing. I have Muslim neighbors we live with. We live together, the same. This is my house, this is their own. They buy food, they grow food, they bring, we eat. Yeah, during Christmas time we say Merry Christmas, and almost all my best friends, some of my best friends in London here, you're one of them, are Pakistans, Muslims, Indians. You understand what I mean? Today I spoke to one. He called me and advised me on something. I can't just because, and everything starts from childhood. The way you are training your children, the training you gave to your children at home is what they will come out to the society to live with. If daddy and mommy or uncle, whoever you grow with, promotes hate, yeah, is not inclusive in their love, don't carry people around, bring people down, despise people, of course children will learn it. They will go out with it, think that's how daddy does, that's how mommy does, and they will go out and think. I've seen people who cannot even give you a cup of water. I remember my late mom, may her soul rest in peace, and my dad. I grew up to 17 years old before I knew who is my mother and who is my brother and who is the same mother. Because my dad, as small chief or king, you know, they will cook, everybody will be eating. All my uncle's children, all of them, everywhere will be eating. So as I was growing, I thought, oh, all of us are. It was when I grew up now, I come to realize that some of them, the same mother with me, you know, the same father, you know what I mean? So with that spirit, I don't find it difficult to stay with people. I am a man of the people. I love people. I cherish people. I promote people. I don't want to praise myself. You understand? But that's what I learned from childhood. So if you have your children here in this country where you try to teach them, or you try to show, before them, show them bad example of how to treat human beings, hate human beings, despise human beings, of course you destroy the children. So those people you see, let me answer your question. Those people you see who look at your color to judge you. Even if you have done excellently in character, in things you are doing, they look at your color and say you don't deserve it. I don't want to use bad language to describe such people. If I say that they are not human beings, or they have dropped their humanity somewhere, I'm not mistaken. Because every human being have got heart. Mothers, if they are true mothers, yeah, everywhere you see them, they love children. They know what it takes to bring children up. It doesn't matter whether you are the child or not. I see a sister carrying a child along. I was just looking at her yesterday. A child that she's not her child, but she was like, she even told me, oh, I have a child to take care of. You understand what I mean? So we have to live. When we talk about our faith, we talk about faith. But we are all human beings. You need shelter, I need shelter. If you are sick, you need doctor, I need doctor. Yeah? If you are hungry, sometimes I do get hungry too. You can see, that's what will connect us. When we treat ourselves as like human beings. Are you getting what I'm saying? But somebody who sees you, some of those people you see also have been spoiled from childhood. They have been indoctrinated with bad doctrine of how to say this human being is a first class one, this one second class, this one third class. Who are you? You are not God that created them to give them class, make yourself first. Who called you first class anyway? Who called you first? How do you know you're first class? Who? You die, everybody can die. You get sick, the same blood. If you open my flesh and open your own, you see the same blood, the same color. It's just that it's going to be different blood group. But the same color. Are you understand what I mean? Even you that claim to be superior, you still die. Had it been that you wouldn't die, then we can be believing you that you are so superior you will not die. Yeah, even sometimes some people you call superior, inferior are more stronger than you, or live longer than you, or more intelligent than you. Are you getting that? So we want to live together. I want my children to be happy with their neighbors, not to be terrified when they see a neighbor. That just when they feel that that neighbor will not respect them because of their religion, where they're coming from, they will now, live in their own cage, will not be themselves. A kind of intimidation. Are you getting what I'm saying? So I do not want, I personally have suffered my own thing in my own generation. I wouldn't want my children to suffer the same thing. And I know that none of us here will love our children to suffer the same the exclusion or whatever they call it, or disrespect. Look, let's come here now. Now, to start with, the good point is to ensure we treat non-faith people, faith people, religious people, white people, black people, red people, blue people with respect. Every human being, I promise you, every human being you respect. I want to use the word human being. Every human being you respect will respect you. And every human being, any human being you disrespect, they might not disrespect you because of the value they hold. But they will underline it in their heart. This is the kind of person you are. You don't respect others. Yeah? You don't. And this I don't care spirit is also a very big problem. I don't care. I don't care who you are. No, I care. We have to care. We have to be caring. Very, very important. The care you give to somebody might resurrect them from where they are, they're not supposed to be. Some people have adopted children not born by them in this world and made them great and gave them life and gave them future. You understand? So we have to learn. Those of us that have traveled from outside our country to different countries, you know what we have been through. For us to really be accepted, to be where we are. You know what? We know the sacrifice we paid to be accepted. Our fathers paid. People who came to this part of the world before us, they had to pay some price because some people were indoctrinated in a wrong way and see them like they are not human beings and treated them. Some of them died because of bad treatment. Some of them, their dream never come to fulfilled. They were intelligent. They were not given chance. And some are still suffering it. Some of them, their children still suffer it. I just came back from South Africa, where I went to for a conference. I tried to visit some areas in South Africa. Some areas very lucrative, very beautiful, very wonderful houses, and different people live there. But if you go to some of the areas where black people live in South Africa, you would not like to live there.
Shanty towns.
You would not like to live there. I must tell you this. Okay, now they have solved that problem, I believe, trying to be inclusive, live together. But they are paying for it. Because before they recover it, because they have been denied a lot in education, way, good life, giving chance to be who they are. So you can see that it's going to take another generation for them to recover from the psychological effect of it, yeah, for them to recover from it. That's why we don't have to start. We don't have to allow our children, we have to train our children well. That's why I want you to come here. Let us share with the world, that we are brothers. We are sons and daughters of God. Yeah? We have to live together. Respect is number one thing that can connect us together. Secondly, we have to avoid stereotyping people and biasness. Now, giving people stamp. If they're passing, you just say, if they're just passing here, you say, oh, look at them, that's who they are. Hey, my God. I don't know how to handle it. The mentality of such people. To just, you haven't committed any crime. Your only crime is because of who you are. Your only crime.
Very true.
And that guides them the way they treat you. The way they treat you is based on that your identity, the way they believe about it. Oh, he's coming from this place, he's coming from that place, he's coming from that religion, he's coming from that country. Based on that, okay, you know what? I am supposed to give him this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to give you these 2 now, okay? But others have gotten 5 of it. You have removed from that person's life what would have profited them. So let us promote a world where we are inclusive in our generosity, in our showing love, in our showing respect. We know, it's at the back of our mind that there is something in man that cries unto God. Sometimes man will find himself something to worship in order to fill that vacuum. Because the spirit of man cries for worship. Definitely there are people that have ended up in doing that, going wrong way. You understand what I mean? That's the truth about it. But even that somebody is in a wrong route, the way to correct them is not to disrespect them. It's not to make them aggressive or commit crime against their God. They believe in that thing. Then, if I see any Pakistan man here now, though I haven't done that before, I'll be wondering, why must I just be saying that thing? He will not kill me here in UK. But I know if I say anything against Allah or against Prophet Muhammad, peace be with him, they say, yeah? When they say Prophet, say peace be with Prophet Muhammad. You just have to respect that in the respect. You walk away. And they will know you're a human being. You recognize that they need to be respected. If you want to then preach your own God to them, you find a way to do that. But this stabbing people for little argument, audience, listen to me very well. Listen to us here. Don't kill any human being in the name of religion. Don't torment any human being in the name of color. Don't deny them. Don't see if you're a teacher, if you're a lecturer, don't see anybody in your school, you mark them down. When they have done 1, you give them 3 because of color. When it's in the power of your hands or in your power to help everyone if possible. Be generous to everybody. If we practice this and promote this in our society, our world will be like heaven. Our world will be like heaven, where a Muslim man will see a Christian looking for a job. Say, come, I know where to get a job for you. Come, let me give you a job. And the Christian see a Muslim, or Hindu, come, let me give you a job. Than saying, oh, this job is for my Christian brothers. I'm going to show my Christian brothers. I'm going to show my Muslim brothers. What about other brothers? What about other brothers? Well, brothers, they all need food to put on their table. You're talking about a Muslim brother. Before you get a Muslim brother, you were a human being in the human family. Tell me about it. We were all human beings in a human family before we joined religion. Am I right?
You are right.
How did that happen? You were in your mother's womb 9 months. Is it 20 months? No. Every human being, if they come out normal, only those that were born premature, ladies, they will stay 9 months. So, from that 9 months, bring us to human family. Where we stay 9 months in the belly will come out. When you are in the belly, were you a Muslim? When you are in the belly, were you a Christian? You were born before you became a Christian. So we've been in the same human family before we join our religion. Are you getting me? That is why in our organization here, one of the things that we do, we promote mutual respect, love for humanity. International body, where you see people come here, come here, come here. We don't, it's a taboo, isn't it? We don't allow that here.
And trust me, when we respect each other, we benefit ourselves
Oh, go ahead.
Primarily.
Go ahead.
primarily. And I think respect is the one thing that can really bring us closer, can give us good life, even can give good life to our children, our next generation. Today, this is the problem. Everyone is trying to say that I am right, other are wrong. But if you change the other way, all other are right as well. This world can be a very, very good place. Harmony is needed. It is needed very much today for sake of our coming generation. If we don't do things today, future is going to be very, very bleak. Please, 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 with the help of this platform, I really want to say, and we are in the West, maybe people are in Asia, Pakistan, India and Africa, they're very similar. Here we are very, very multicultural. So here is, the problem is not only religion, we don't live in harmony. It's a skin color. It's your background, the way you speak. They single out you just because of these things which are not even in your control. I was born in a Muslim family, that is not my
Control.
in my control. Moses was born in Christian family. And because of these things, when you are being penalized, look, and people from all classes here, like I have already told, the most educated class in the UK are judges. They single you out just because of your religion, just because of your skin color. Think about it, what you are doing for the future. Please, this is not the way to live in harmony. Please, please, be kind on you. Be kind on yourself.
Thank you very much. Because of our time, let's go to the next point. The next point is for us to mind our language. I think indirectly we have said a lot about the way we approach people. Language matters a lot. Choose your words. Let your words be gracious. Let your word be loving words. Be kind word. Yeah. If you want to advise, let it be suggestive. Suggest. Try to come up with question, and if you don't know people, the best way, if possible, is to really read and learn why people act the way they act religiously. This is what they believe. Like I've just said, I just read about what happens in Saudi Arabia. They believe in killing you if you blaspheme their prophet. Yeah? So we have studied and learned that. So if you see them acting that way, you'll advise somebody, don't do this. If you do this, it's against their law. You understand what I mean? And then in UK, we know that we don't have any blasphemy here. And to me, it doesn't mean that we don't have to respect our religions, people in UK. That they remove that blasphemy laws of blasphemy does not mean that we have to abuse people in what they believe or their principles. Now,
Modi, just one point. That is why I was saying in modern world, especially in the West, maybe no blasphemy, maybe not religious things which can create problem. But there are other things they have created.
I hear you.
They have created, and they are being penalized. I'm from Pakistan. If someone is being penalized just because of a law which is not liked by so many, and in up to some extent, I strongly believe the elite class, the educated class, the philosopher class should sit together and think about these laws, because these are very sensitive matter. If for some people, if that is wrong in Pakistan, why that is not wrong in here? You are being penalized but just because of your religion or your skin color. So we
Okay.
have to think about all
Okay.
these things to bring this word at same platform and live
Thank you
in.
very much. Thank you. Honestly speaking, I wouldn't want us to dwell so much in what happens in court of law, and let's just find words to talk about that area. You understand? But I do understand your point. It's very, very important. The point you're making is people judging you, already making you liable, already concluding that you are guilty
Just because you're black.
just because of your color. It happens here.
Discrimination.
Yeah, it
But
happens very
what
often.
I mean here today, this is not our topic today, and it's a judicial topic. You know, by law, that's
Yeah,
certain
because
things we can't do. You understand? And so, I want to see a Ghana man, a Ghana woman, a Pakistan person, Indian person, Sri Lanka person, German person, Asian person, wherever they come from, treating themselves like brothers, like people of one family, respecting each other.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we are
Now,
family. We are family.
We don't choose who teach you in university. You enter university, your lecturer might be from Asian man, African man, British man, American man. Anyway, you want knowledge, they must teach you. They will teach you. And some of us have to recognize that we have role to play in people's destiny, especially kids. You can destroy them. I remember my wife telling me when she was studying university, she was intelligent enough to be a medical doctor. And then her lecturer then, or professor, asked her, is there any medical doctor in your family? She said no. And the lady said, no, you don't have to do that because you don't have any medical doctor in your family. That's how she forfeited the morale and the zeal and the and the motivation died. She still talk about it today because it's very hard. Yes, sir. And she went ahead now and studied chemical engineering, and finally today she's a lecturer. You understand what I mean? So we have to be praying for our kids. We don't know who is talking to them and what they're telling them. And we don't know what that's sometimes when they're leaving home, the small ones, when they're leaving home, I'm concerned. And that's why sometimes when I come back, I ask them questions, are you okay today? What did they say to you? Are you fine? Is there any problem? Because
Very
this,
good point.
these kids are very young in their mind. It's easy to choke their mind. That's why some of them end up in taking drugs, having early pregnancy, going wayward, calling council to give them room where to stay alone. You don't know how they're treated outside there. We just hope that to appeal to our teachers, to those who handle our kids, to mothers and fathers, all of us are mothers and fathers, to make our world inclusive place.
Amen.
Inclusive place. In where we find ourselves, in a bus, in a train, because God has created all of us human beings. We're not animals, are we?
Absolutely.
If you watch animal film, the strongest eats the weak. If a lion enters and see all of them, he will grab them, eat them. Even when he don't want to eat them, he will kill them and dump them there. That's how animals behave. But we are human beings. The last thing here, but not the least, is balance your belief and identity. I've said it earlier. Identity. Who is this lady, Sister Jane? She's Miss Jane. She's a human. Give her those things human deserve, if you can. If you can't and you know where she can get it, recommend. Tell her, go here, you get what you want. Don't say she's not coming from my religion, she's not coming from my country, excuse me, Pakistan, he's not coming from Nigeria, he's not really British. That has the hair, British hair.
Very good.
And sometimes when they see name, like my name, that's Sana Nyong, they say that's one of them. That's one of them. This Onyong is coming from somewhere. And when they see Sahid who? That's one of them. And Brother Akin. So, what kind of name is this? That's one of them that have come to take over from us here.
Very good.
We just pray that God, I don't know, I don't want to go into preaching now, you know, I'm a preacher. That the world will just have peaceful place. So I want us, before we go, I want us to really...
I want to tell the audience, trust me, we are inspired by the words of Moses. Today's words are more than enough if we just follow them, practice them. But please, please, the only way to live in peace, lead a good life is live in harmony, respect each other. Please respect it. Trust me, mark my word, practice this thing for 1 week. Respect each and every one around you. Trust me, you will see the difference in your life.
Thank you. Let me say to us that those of us that have hot temper, uses dagger, uses knife, uses harsh words, foul words, please practice to be calm. You don't need to kill any human being.
No.
In the name of religion or in the name of tribalism or whatever it is. Don't shed any human blood. Discuss with your friends. Kids, learn to discuss with your friends. Learn to ask questions. Don't get temper. You see what we hear these days? Police will be running, pew, pew, pew. If you ask, they say, somebody has been stabbed here, somebody has been stabbed there, somebody has been stabbed there. Little thing that would have been discussed, and peace. And some start calling names, even accusing people falsely. We have experience here where somebody is just running false accusations, unfounded accusations, and we don't rest. Just want to damage people, destroy people.
Yeah. And it's been happening.
Or make them look like they're stupid, they are nobody. I don't know, excuse me, sister, I don't know how those people go to bed. Do they have peace to sleep? Because
Exactly.
I will not sleep.
How do they sleep? How do they sleep? That is my point. How do they sleep when they accuse someone for nothing? What pleasure is this? What life is this? Are we human beings? I'm talking about myself, nobody. If I accuse someone for nothing, just to please myself for 1 second,
friends.
I believe I don't qualify to be a human being. That I'm saying to myself. I'm not.
That is if you know down your soul that I'm saying what I'm saying, things I'm saying are lies. But you see what happened? They shut their conscience.
Yeah.
They keep on doing it. You understand? Do you know that there's some name or something you do to people who are not strong in their mind? You destroy them. You make them go mental.
And it's been happening.
Yes, of course.
In West, it's been happening a lot.
Some children left school because the teacher told them, you amount to nothing.
Yes,
you know
that is
nothing.
a fact. That is
So
a
they
fact.
believe that they are not part of it and ran away from school.
That is a fact.
If you're talking about university, so they came out, they managed to come out of, college. You tell them to go to university. They say, I'm not going to university. I don't want this trouble anymore. So what profit will you gain? That's why it's good. This word, inclusive, is a family word. It's a love, it's a word, it's a call for love. Inclusion.
Absolutely.
Help her, help him if you can.
Much needed. Much needed.
Let's be friends. Let us be friends and help each other. So this is what we have today. I'll advise Sister Agate to start there with the computer to put us off. This is open forum platform. If you want us to hear your voice,
I want to say something.
call us. Check us 078-6464-3751. You will see us again here by next weekend, probably next Thursday. You will see us here on this platform with different topic. Join us if you can. Call us. Look for where here at E4 Station, 61 Cranbrook Road, IG 14PG. Yes, my dear.
I just want to say, whatever I said It is just for harmony and peace, and we should live together.
Yeah.
Anything unintentionally said by me
No, you haven't said anything.
that has hurt someone,
Okay.
I'm very, very sorry
Okay,
to each
okay.
and every one. Thank you very much,
that's all
audience.
right. That's all right. So thank you very much. Once again, my name is Moses, and that's my good friend.
Muhammad
We have
Ali.
here in this studio my dear sister Agdi, and always close people to me, Sister Jane and Brother King. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
God bless you. Allah bless you. Yeah.
Offline, yeah?
First lady.
Oh, okay, hi.
Hello. How good? Good.
How are you?
Oh, good. Thank you.
Okay, hi. Wow, everybody's busy
Yeah, we just finished.
doing serious work. Okay. Just finished. You okay? Yeah. How is the Agnes? I'm good.